Hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we completed Through Death's Gates. We learned what the Lenki wanted at Cleoban Rillag. They wanted to activate one of those machine doohickeys we've seen all over the place, because a child was born with its soul. We've just learned who is behind the Hollowborn crisis. It's the Lenki. The Lenki is the reason why children are being born Hollowborn, which begs the question, why do they want all those souls? Where are the souls going? What are they doing with them? It is concerning. It is deeply, deeply concerning. However, these are questions for a different time. Hello there, dear friend. Hello there, you're right. I still have no idea what that is, and I'm going to avoid it. I am here for this egg. You know, we're going to head back to Dyrford Village. We might as well pick up the egg on our way. We just need to make sure we can get it down safe and sound. That's the problem here. Okay, yeah, up we go. Now then, hello. The cliff face is blackened and melted like candle wax. There's a small outcropping overhead with what appears to be a crude nest. It looks like a challenging climb. Let's hurl a grappling hook just to be safe. You toss the grappling hook over the ledge, holding the attached rope with one hand. The hook lands with a satisfying clang and you secure the line with a firm tug. We will climb the rope. You take another look at the cliff. There may only be space for one person at the top. Ooh, I'm thinking... oh, damn. Generally speaking, climbing is athletics, which would be a deer. But I'm thinking we've got the rope. Once we're up there, would it be like, okay, you need to climb back down, dexterity, you know, to make sure you have a good hold on the egg? That could also be you know what, let's be safe. A deer. The rope makes for a quick ascent. A deer climbs to the nest in the cliff with ease. Okay, the nest is surrounded by glowing embers. Twigs and bones litter the area. An egg the size of a small keg is nestled among the detritus. It looks heavy and awkward to carry. Well, let's secure it with a rope. Rather than just holding it, we will secure it. A deer ties a rope around the egg. There we go. A deer lowers the egg with slow, steady motions. Once the prize has reached the bottom and settled into the dirt, a deer safely climbs down the cliff. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Now, I believe, yes, this was the fastest way out. Now then, back to the village. Let's give this to Hainda. She's earned it. With how badly she is burned, she deserves it. Oh, and it's... Look at this. Lovely and bright out. Excellent. Yeah, there's Harond's people. Now then, where? Okay, right here. Now then, madam.
Good day to you.
Ooh, okay. She adjusts one of her bandages. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. I've found the dragon egg. Hylia's feathered tits! She claps her hands together, wincing at the pain. How'd you manage that? I found the nest you spoke of. I'm not much... no, we are absolutely a storyteller. I found the nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. She cradles the egg with her good arm. Amazing. Not a single crack. She runs her bandaged hand across the shell. Oh. She hefts the egg into the back of her wagon and rummages among her shelves. Here, take this. She drops a stack of coins and a parcel of ingredients into your hands. Everything you need to brew a good strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy with the kind of scraps you seem to get into. She leans closer. And come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I got a special price for friends. She winks. Dyrford Village at moderate positive. Excellent. Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm looking for a missing noblewoman. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that lord's daughter. She was a new shade of green when I seen her the other morning. Chatting with Trygil she was, just outside his shop. She points at the crumbling tower. Okay. What was wrong with her? Lord Harond said she was ill from travel, thanks for the information. Let's not poison the well with what Lord Harond has told us. Let's get her opinion. What was wrong with her? She was so queasy she didn't even notice Trygil's odour. She tugs at a bandage. I wouldn't normally say nothing, but that... This whole thing about, like, oh, I'm getting her betrothed, this is a load of bollocks. This is a load of bollocks. I don't think that's your daughter. I think that's some young lass that you've nabbed because she's young and fertile and pretty, and I'm just going to pass her off as my daughter because I'm avoiding all of the people who would know, wait a minute, that's not your kid. What do you mean that's your kid? That's clearly not your kid. He's left Defiance Bay. He's avoiding New Hayamar, where his sister lives. I think this is some girl you've nabbed because you have some obsession with, like, I need to spread my seed. Bad vibes. Bad vibes. Very bad vibes. I wouldn't normally say nothing, but that girl was with child. Couldn't have been more than a couple months along. I tried to give her some herbs to end it, save her trouble with her old man, but she wouldn't take them.
Greetings.
She adjusts one of her bandages. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. Farewell. Yeah, nest egg is completed. Are we gonna get an addendum? Yeah. Ah, So we have a lead there. I'm thinking I might as well ask everyone because I'm pretty sure that will get us experience. And it gets us gossip. It gets us info. But also experience, I think. Rather than just beelining, like, okay, you know, this and this and this. I'm like, let me just look around.
Well met, friend.
Okay, back to hear about the founding of the inn. I already have. Perhaps another time. Okay, Dengler.
Hello!
He grunts in greeting. Still on your feet, eh? Tell me about Lord Harond's daughter. Ooh. Okay. He frowns and shrugs. His lordship says she up and went missing the other day. He wipes the tankard with his ragged towel, twisting it with a swift jerking motion. I don't know any more than that. However these lordling bastards handle their affairs ain't no business of mine. Display your coin pouch. Perhaps you could make it your business. Deceptive. Perception 13. You look agitated. Yeah. Again, she's perceptive. She's not going to spend money if she doesn't have to. You look agitated. Something about this doesn't sit right with you, does it? He slams the clean tankard down on the bar. Damn right it don't. That lord saunters in here like he's cut from cleaner cloth than the rest of us, and yet... He shakes his head. Look, I don't want no trouble from you or him or anybody else. I'm just waiting for him to tire of my ale and leave so things can get back to normal around here. Okay. Ooh, benevolent 2. I won't stand by and allow an innocent girl to come to harm. Help me find her. Resolve 12. So much for your talk of decency. If you know something but say nothing, you're just as guilty. Passionate. Honest 3. Never mind. I'm slightly more inclined with this one. Here's the thing. This would probably... Here's what I'm thinking. This could be read as, I won't stand by and allow an innocent girl to come to harm. Help me find her. I'm the great hero. Like, it could be read as that. And I don't like that tone for Ximena. I don't like that tone for Ximena. At the same time, I've said before, I get the feeling that these people are probably protecting her. They've realised something's up with this Lord Harond guy. Like, he doesn't sit right with us. His vibes are off. Like, I don't know what the relationship is. I don't know what the relationship is between these. Because here's the thing. If he's kidnapped her, then this probably isn't a consensual relationship. If you catch my drift. And if she had come in and was like, yo, I've been kidnapped by this guy and he's been raping me. Like, these seem like honest folk. They seem like honest folk. They would probably go like, oh shit, we've got to get her away. We've got to get her away. And if they've done this, like right now I'm thinking this is a conspiracy. But it's an innocent conspiracy. Like, the townsfolk have all gone, right, we need to help this girl. So we're all just going to pretend we haven't seen her. If they've done this because they want to protect her, this is just going to make him shut up. Like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Balls to you. It would behoove us to be like, oh, well, she's an innocent girl. She's an innocent girl. I don't want her to come to harm. Which, that is a very Ximena thing, I think. Knowing which buttons to push. This guy isn't going to respond well to being like, oh, you're just as guilty as Lord Harond. Oh, fuck you. Like, he's not going to respond well to that. But he might respond better to like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. She's not saying this because she's a hero. The power of friendship. Yeah. Like, she's not saying this because of that. She's saying this because she's looking at this guy and knowing, right, you wouldn't respond well to being compared to him. And I'm gonna talk about this girl's innocence and all of that. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it. I was gonna say this would also work because I do think Ximena is a very passionate person. But yet, Ximena will say things she doesn't necessarily mean because she wants a certain outcome. She wants this guy to trust her. She wants this guy to answer her questions. Saying he's an arsehole like Lord Harond, that's probably going to get him to shut up. Whereas if we talk about like, oh, this innocent girl, blah, 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 we're like you, we're on the same page as you, that's probably going to get him to open up. I won't stand by and allow an innocent girl to come to harm. Help me find her. He leans on the bar and sighs. That girl, Aelys, she was looking to disappear. You should have seen her watching the door like a sheep at slaughter. All the same, she didn't hardly speak to no one. Only folk I seen her talk to's Trygil. He nods at the east window. His shop's by the broken tower. Bit of a hothead, that one. My advice is to let the matter drop. Like I say, it don't profit to dig around in other people's business. I understand, Stengler. Farewell. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna... Can I confront you on the fact that she's pregnant?
Yes. Have you news of Aelys?
I'd like to ask a few questions about your daughter.
Aelys. Of course.
Why are you licking your lips? That's fucking weird. This is my own personal biases, but anyone who licks their lips excessively, I'm like, why are you doing that? Why, like, unless you have a medical condition where it's like, oh yeah, my lips are just always dry, in which case, like, fair play. I'm not talking about anyone with a medical condition. I'm just talking about people who do it. They just do it because. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't trust this. I don't trust this. Goodbye. Okay, we will go speak to Trygil, but again, there are more people we can speak to and we might get some XP out of it. We're so close to max level, that's why. That's why I'm being quite, like, cognizant of it. We're very close. I mean, Ximena is she's level 14. We're almost at level 15. The top level in this game is level 16. Once we're level 16, theoretically, that would be the time to go take on the Master Below and that big fuck-off dragon. I don't want to, though. They kicked my ass. They scare me. Still, we have to try. We have to try.
Hello.
Welcome back. What can Winthryth do for you? I'm looking for a young woman named Aelys. That lord's got you asking around too, eh? He grunts. At least you ask politely enough. Bad enough having a small army move into town, but then they start throwing their weight around and telling you your business. He shakes his head and clucks. That's the problem with these lords. They think their money and their family name entitle them to some kind of special treatment. They expect everyone to fawn over them the way their servants do. No, sir, that's not the kind of people we are, not in the Dyrwood. We broke away from Adir to get away from that kind of nonsense. If they think... Bless you. Bless you. Winthryth, focus. I'm looking for the girl. Excuse me, but what does any of this have to do with Aelys? Passionate. I can certainly understand why you feel that way, but at the moment, I'm just looking for his daughter. Diplomatic. Find the point before I lose my temper. Aggressive. Forget it. I don't think he's doing this to be malicious. I can certainly understand why you feel that way, but at the moment, I'm just looking for his daughter. Of course, I was just getting to her. He clears his throat. I haven't seen her, not since she went missing anyway. She mostly kept to herself. He shrugs and wipes at a buckler again. But you know how women are, always carrying on, full of palaver once any two of you get together. Perfectly harmless, mind you, I'm not criticising. Just feels like you never run out of things to say. That girl seemed rather quiet, downright shy if I do say so, but even Hinder got her talking. Just goes to show you, At least you're not being like Durance, so I'll give you a pass for that. Hinder, an alchemist, runs a small stand near the centre of town. Talented lady, but she had a run-in with some worms not long ago. She's lucky it wasn't that ogre that's been roaming around. It took all of Rumbold's pigs the other day, did you hear? But don't get him started. He's still sore about the subject, and once you get him wound up about that ogre and his pigs, he just won't stop talking. You don't say, Winthryth. You don't say. Farewell. Yeah, we'll have a chat with Rumbold, and then we'll go have a chat with Trygil. You never know. We might get some new information. Everything does seem to just be pointing to, like, go speak to Trygil. But, you know, it's good to check. It's good to check. Going the long way, I see. Also, what are you wearing? He just has his titties out. This just... I've not been around many pig farmers, but most of them didn't have their titties out. But, like, good for you, Rumbold.
Welcome.
Good for you. Any sign of that ogre, or its head? Yeah, enough about that ogre. No. We don't need to be aggressive. Has seen any signs of Lord Harond? His hands curl into knobby fists. How many times do I have to repeat myself? I already told those snooping guards I haven't seen her, but that hasn't kept them from nosing around my property. Need something else? Okay. We will leave. We will just go. Okay. We'll check in with Trygil. See if we can persuade him to give us some answers. We do also have his key to the back room. I am wondering, would they... He's being very cagey around that back room. Would he really hide her there? It's literally just a back room, like... It's not all that secure. It's not all that secretive. He wipes a splotch of dye from his elbow with his shirt tail. Something else you need? What can you tell me about Lord Harond? He shrugs. Only that her father's men have been banging down doors and stirring up trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. Harond said the two of you met. That's strange. Dengler told me you two were acquainted. Let me ask you something else. Yes, we can call bullshit on. Who do we want to throw under the bus? I got the feeling that Dengler and Trygil already had beef. Considering that, Trygil works with, fallow and, animal fat, animal shit. Like, it's, it's a stinky-ass building. It's a stinky-ass building. And Dengler is running a tavern where he wants people to sit and drink and eat and rest. I feel like we probably shouldn't be fanning those flames. Harond said the two of you had met. He folds his arms, the smell of tallow and animal dung wafting off of him. Did she now? And what else did she say? Aelys was pregnant, honest. She saw the two of you talking. What was that about? Nothing deceptive. The young woman was intoxicated by your presence. Diplomatic. I'm umming and ahhing. Because I think this doesn't get us anywhere. And this is now the time for joking. This is... If she was looking to get away, if she was on edge, nervous, jumpy, again, that to me implies that this was a young woman that had potentially been kidnapped and is in just an absolutely horrific situation where she's probably pregnant with her kidnapper's baby. Like, this is... I mean, there's always a chance that she could have been pregnant and Harond was like, oh, you're pretty and fertile, so, like, I'ma just nab you. And, like, whatever happens with the baby is what happens, but then I can put my seed in you, da-da-da-da-da. Like, there's a chance that she was already pregnant, but I'm thinking it's probably his kid. It's probably his kid. And it doesn't sound like she was a willing participant in any of this. Like, is this the kind of, like, situation, like, where you should be joking? Yeah, probably not. I don't think Ximena would be joking. Ximena would just be like, oh, this is bad. This is throwing up red flags. We can drop this if we hit a brick wall. She saw the two of you talking. What was it about? Her father's dragged her out here to get hitched to some backwoods noble. She wanted an escape, all right, and I was happy to give it to her. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out we weren't exactly in the... Oh, hello. So what? You're saying she came to you looking for a shag? I may I'm really worried. I'm really worried this is just going to be awful. Right now, where my brain is at, so I'm thinking this is just some random girl this guy has kidnapped. He's raped her. He's impregnated her. She's come to Trygil to be like, please, like, I'm in this awful situation. And he's gone, oh yeah, I can help you out here. She's trusted him. She's gone off. He's tried to have sex with her. She said, no, I'm not asking for that. I'm looking for help. And he's like, killed her. And he's just ditched the body somewhere. I'm like, oh, I don't want that to be the case because I'm like, this tragic girl. This tragic girl. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out, we weren't exactly alone. An ogre, taller than Winthryth's tail, sprung out of the forest, and we were so lost in the heat of the moment we didn't notice it until it was upon us. It grabbed Aelys and disappeared into the night before I could even pull my britches up. Yeah, I don't think this is true. I think you went into the forest promising her an escape. You tried to make a pass at her. She rejected you because that's not what she was looking for, and you've killed her and you're just blaming the ogre. Because it's already eaten some pigs. So like it's not that much of a leap to be like, oh, it got a taste for pig flesh, now it's gotten a taste for kith flesh. Why didn't you mention this to her father? So you abandoned her. Coward. Passionate. I can see why you've kept this to yourself. Rational. Perception 12. Don't take this the wrong way, but this shop smells like an outhouse. Am I really to believe that a lord's daughter snuck into the woods with you? I think she might have done if she thought he was going to take her to safety. And instead he's done something horrific. Don't take this the wrong way, but this shop smells like an outhouse. Am I really to believe that a lord's daughter snuck into the woods with you? Oh, okay. Okay. Clever one. Trygil scowls. Curb that clever tongue of yours. I'm afraid there's no right way to take that, stranger. I meant no offence. I'm just trying to find her diplomatic. Just tell me what Yeah, I think you're bullshitting. Just tell me what really happened. Okay. I don't repeat myself. Not for you, and not for some noble's toadies either. He wipes his dye-stained hands on his trousers and turns back to his work. Yeah, Can you tell us? Yeah, like I said, Trygil handles customs around here. I just handle that. Yeah, you're not interested in anything. I'm deeply concerned here. I'm deeply concerned for this girl. I mean, you said, yeah, east of Dyrford. There was that grisly cave. There was also that... I don't want to... Here's the thing. Whatever that thing with the statue is, I don't want to enter that until I know what the fuck it's about. And I have no clue what it's about. We've been told the ogre lives to the east. We found that grisly cave. I'm thinking that's as likely as anything else to be its home. And we can talk to ogres. You know, Matron Berigond, ogres aren't, like, just drooling menaces. They can be spoken to. So if it did, like, if what's-his-face, if Trygil is telling the truth, she was actually like, oh yeah, I fancy a shag, and they went into the woods to do that, then the ogre will be able to confirm, like, oh yeah, I came upon them, they were shagging. hello, dear friend. Yeah, let's head in here. Let's see if this is where the ogre is hanging out. Oh, hello. This is artwork we haven't seen before. Hello. I don't like that noise. That sounds like the skittering of spiders. I do not like that. I do not want to have to deal. Ooh. Yeah, find the ogre's lair. Okay, yeah, there's fucking cobwebs. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Stop that. Stop that. Bound and buried. Superstitious folk near Road's End have been acting on a rumour that the hair of a dead virgin that was bound and buried alive can cure a hollowborn. Not only has it resulted in horrific attacks against young women, but unscrupulous merchants have taken to selling bits of hair to those who don't have the stomach to perform the act themselves. Road's End's local thanes have assigned agents to root out the problem, but they've had little success. Though Maneha was unable... There goes my timer. Okay. Though Maneha was unable to find the source of the rumours plaguing Road's End, the surrounding earldom of Hellsgate... Oh, and the... Oh my god, brain. You can read. You can read. I promise you, you can. Though Maneha was unable to find the source of the rumours plaguing Road's End and the surrounding earldom of Hell's Gate, the local authorities assisted in breaking up mobs, punishing would-be murderers, and preventing more young women from being buried alive. A particularly large and violent mob at Kelhell Cemetery required Maneha to rally the local soldiers and put down the primary troublemakers. On the body of the biggest belligerent, Maneha found an odd magical rope that he intended to use on a local young woman. A wizard advisor of the Earl of Hellsgate suspected that the rope had been created by the same person responsible for spreading the rumours and inciting the attacks in the first place. Ooh. So this cruel instrument was created by a resident of Hellsgate who was pursuing a rumour that promised a cure for the Hollowborn crisis. He intended to use the rope to bind a virgin girl and bury her alive, later pulling the corpse from the ground to harvest some of her hair for the cure. Despite its nefarious purpose, the binding rope still possesses useful powers. What does binding do? Okay, so anyone who hits whoever has this belt on them will be bound. They will be stuck. Ooh, that could be good. That could be very, very good. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I knew there was someone was somewhere. Okay, well, I will deal with you in the next episode, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K, Christopher K. Davies, CGG, The Named User, and Kevin Bicknell. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.